Right now on News 9 this morning, a rude wake up for a family and a lot of damage after a car slams into their house. Plus, rescued from an icy pond and more, girls reunited with the policeman and Good Samaritan who saved them. And taking a look at our Air Comfort Solutions Skycam network, we're looking forward to spring-like temperatures and rain on this Christmas weekend.
This is Oklahoma's own News 9.
Good morning and thanks for joining us this Saturday, Christmas Eve. I'm Chris Gilmore. A perfect weekend to get that last-minute shopping done, Cassie. We hopefully won't even need our coats later today.
Yeah, Chris, you do definitely need that coat this morning, but later today, that's just not going to be the case out there. This is Storm Shield 9, still a few light rain showers in far southeast Oklahoma. You can see that line of showers and storms though stretching from Texas all the way to Arkansas across the Ohio River Valley. That is moving away from us. We are still waiting for our next chance of rain that will be taking place later on tomorrow. In the meantime, the only really issue we're dealing with this morning is, well, the cold and the fog. We've got areas of patchy dense fog, so a dense fog advisory for central and southern Oklahoma until about noon today. So it should burn off eventually here within the next several hours. You can tell that visibility is not too low right now across the metro. This is our Mathis Brothers camera from our Air Comfort Skycam network. It's certainly cold. It's 36 degrees. Not much of a wind right now, so no wind chill. We are going to continue to have areas of patchy fog this morning, so just keep that in mind if you do have to do any traveling here in the next few hours. It's going to be mild later on today. Drizzle is possible later this afternoon, and we still have the possibility of seeing some storms for your Christmas day. We're going to talk more about the timing of that coming up in just a little bit. Chris?
Breaking overnight, Cassie, we have a car slamming into a home, and now a family is dealing with a lot of the cleanup. It happened around 2 this morning. The home is near Northwest 17th and Penn. Thankfully, none of the 4 people inside were hurt. The car left a huge hole in the home. No word yet on what happened to the driver or why he lost control, but we know this was first called in as an injury accident. New this morning, Oklahoma City police are looking for suspects in at least 2 armed robberies overnight. Just before midnight, shoppers at Penn Square Mall called police. They say a woman wearing a mask pointed a gun at them while they were in the parking garage. And about an hour earlier, another victim was robbed while walking near Northwest 23rd and Meridian. He told investigators the suspect had a pistol and ran away. No one was hurt in either robbery. Also overnight, many of you in Pawnee County felt an earthquake just after 10. The USGS says it was a 3.5 magnitude with an epicenter between Pawnee and Sooner Lake. So far, no reports of major damage. We're working to learn more information about a deadly collision between a car and a pedestrian at this hour. One person is in custody following that crash near Southwest 59th and Penn. Investigators say after hitting the pedestrian, the driver crashed into a car with a mother and a baby while trying to get away. And an Oklahoma lawmaker has stepped down among accusations that he used taxpayer money to settle a sexual harassment claim. And now members of the party are demanding answers. Last night, Republican State Representative Dan Kirby announced that he was stepping down, saying that remaining in the legislature would be a, quote, distraction. The House of Representatives recently paid nearly $45,000 to Kirby's former assistant who made the claim. The office of the House of Speaker says that there was no cover up with this payment and that there was a clerical error. Utility companies are warning you to be cautious of criminals claiming to be meter readers who are scoping out houses. One woman says she saw a man with a reflective vest staring into her bedroom. The stranger claimed he needed to check the gas meter, but the woman says his clothing did not look professional.
He's staring in my bedroom window. And the thing that really shocked me was he had this scarf on his face all the way up to his eyes, and it had a skull imprint.
Officials with Oklahoma Natural Gas tell us their employees always carry a company ID and many wear uniforms. For some middle school students, a fall into an icy pond could have ended in tragedy, but thankfully, a Good Samaritan and police officers jumped into action. Our Steve Shaw was there for the reunion.
It was really scary, because I couldn't breathe and I was pretty much frozen.
Mackenzie Daniel, Jaylyn Davis, and Jaslyn Fleetus were on the ice and having fun when Jaylyn and Mackenzie fell through.
Like, you always see it or like hear about it, but you never think it's going to be yourself. And then when it is, it's so scary.
The water on the south end of the lake is about 11 feet deep.
I hadn't realized how long they'd been in the water.
Casey Kochner lives nearby.
How cold was that water?
It was cold.
Kochner rescued one of the girls, but he also fell through the ice trying to rescue the other. Fortunately, Moore Police Officer David Grant and 2 sergeants were on the scene within minutes. Another neighbor rushed over with a rope and a garden hose as well.
I just said grab on. She grabbed onto it and we just started yanking, and as we started yanking, then the ice kept breaking and then we ended up in the water too.
But close enough to shore where they all were able to get out. Friday, the girls thanked Moore Police and Casey Kochner.
Yeah, Wow's right. Yeah, we're just thankful everybody gets to go home and have a Merry Christmas with their families.
Steve Shaw, News 9.
Drivers and a deputy jumped into action after a fiery crash in Creek County. One car rolled over and another caught on fire on Highway 33 Thursday night. Strangers pulled the victims, including some children, to safety. Deputy Brandon Welsh broke a seat in half to rescue a woman.
I don't consider myself a hero. I was just helping someone, just like I think the rest of them out there, a lot of people would do.
OHP is still investigating the cause of the crash. And a $5,000 reward is being offered for information about a driver who caused a massive power outage in Stroud. Police say a truck hit a guide wire on a pole on Wednesday, knocking out power to the entire town. Anyone with information can remain anonymous. In little over a week, major construction will begin on I-235 south of the I-44 interchange. Starting January 2nd, another lane will be added to both sides of the highway between 36th and 50th. Crews will replace the 50th Street Bridge, which will cause I-235 to be shut down at times. ODOT has not announced exact dates for closures. And actress Carrie Fisher rushed to the hospital because of a heart attack. Coming up, the new update we just got overnight. But first, free medical treatment, no questions asked. A closer look at this Good Samaritan clinic in today's Medical Minute. And taking a live look at our Air Comfort Solutions Skycam network. It's shaping up to be a good morning and a Merry Christmas Eve.